You never go out. For millions, those 4 words are a quiet accusation, but the real psychology behind loving home is not laziness or social failure. Research shows that for about 30% of us, solitude is not just a preference, it is basic nervous system regulation. What does life look like when home is less escape and more essential sanctuary? The answer challenges everything we think we know about loneliness and belonging. Licensed clinical psychologist Dr. Alyssa Eppel puts it simply: staying home is often nervous system management. Lower stimulation lets your body return to baseline so you can rest, think clearly, and feel safe. For about a third of people, this is not just a preference, it is a physiological need. Studies suggest a 30% rule. People who spend roughly 1/3 of their waking hours alone report better psychological adjustment than those who are constantly surrounded or who are completely isolated. Home offers predictability and control. The light you dim, the chair you settle into, the silence you choose. These small choices are not just habits, they are signals to your body that it is safe to let down its guard. Your breathing slows, your shoulders drop. The world narrows to a manageable hum, and for a while, that is enough. Solitude and loneliness wear different faces, even if they sometimes look alike from the outside. Solitude feels like a choice, closing the door, settling into a favorite chair, letting the world shrink to what you can see and touch. Loneliness, on the other hand, sits heavy. It is the ache that comes when you want company and find none. The difference is not always obvious until you ask yourself, am I choosing this or enduring it? Do I feel restored after a quiet evening or emptier than before? People wired for solitude often notice a sense of replenishment after time alone, a clearer mind, a steadier mood, even a burst of creativity. For others, too much time in their own company feels draining, not restorative. The question is not how much time you spend at home, but whether you feel returned to yourself when you do. Picture the moment you almost say yes to a night out. The plan sounds simple, just show up. But the hidden math starts to add up. First is the preparation. What to wear, how to look just right. Then comes the logistics, traffic, transit, parking, the silent calculation of how long you will be trapped before it is polite to leave. Next is the performance, small talk, laughter on cue, reading the room, smoothing over awkward silences. The sensory toll creeps in. Crowded spaces, loud music, bright lights, the constant buzz of phones and chatter. Finally, the cost, not just the money for food, drinks, or cover, but the energy you will spend and the hours you will need to recover once you are home. 5 invisible price tags, all for a single outing. No wonder the idea of staying in starts to look less like avoidance and more like common sense. There is a line you cross somewhere between renting a space and truly inhabiting it. The lamp you angle, the playlist you have edited, the chair molded to your shape, these are not trivial. They are quiet declarations. This is mine. Psychologists call it psychological ownership, but you know it as the feeling when a room finally fits. It is not about perfection or status. It is about the relief of small rituals, the mug that warms your hands just right, the scent of chamomile that signals the day is done, the light you dim for evening calm. Attention, restoration. Theory suggests these cues are not just pleasing, they help your mind recover from the static of the outside world. Cultures have names for this: hygge in Denmark, uchi in Japan. But for you, it is the soft fascination of sorting books, the flow of folding laundry, the simple peace of a space that answers only to you. Outside, life has become louder. Every night carries the risk of being filmed, tagged, or turned into content for someone else's feed. Even a quiet dinner can end up as a story, a check-in, a digital memory for an audience you never invited. At home, you become unmonetized, a person rather than a product. The scroll through nightlife posts, the endless parade of group shots and club lights, starts to feel like an ad for a life you are supposed to want. After years of remote work and endless feeds, home is the last place where you can rest without performing. The door closes, the notifications fade, and for a while you're allowed to exist without an audience or a brand. Boundary language doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it is as simple as a quiet text. Try a short message like this: "I'm managing my energy for the week. Can we do something low-key?" Or say, "I'd love to see you, but a one-on-one would mean more to me than a big group." When plans come up, you might say, "I'll join for the first hour, then I need to head home and reset." These phrases aren't excuses, they are honest signals about what keeps you well. And when you want to connect, try this invitation: "I'd love to see you. Can we do a walk or coffee at mine?" Selective. Socializing is not about shutting people out. It is about choosing how, when, and where you show up, so you can actually be present when you do. In a world that rewards constant exposure, choosing home is a radical act of self-preservation. Sometimes the most authentic life is the one lived quietly, behind closed doors.